Yo, so check this out. It's Black History Month. And instead of talking about things of the past, I wanted to highlight Black folks that are making history right now. My boy Kirk has been doing his content thing since before being a content creator was cool. While everybody was trying to crack the algorithm, Kirk was out here living, raising the kids, building at a high level, traveling the world, and doing it all with intention. That's why he's the first guest on my podcast. He represents what I mean by Unmapped, to be about highlighting Black creators, Black leaders, Black people that are doing dope work, but without permission and not waiting for the perfect blueprint. This is Unmapped. This episode, I'm highlighting my boy, Kirk Brown. So let's welcome him to the show, y'all.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
What's up, Kirk?
Hey, man, glad to be here. Appreciate you having me on.
Glad to be here with you, man.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
So Kirk is in the building. For people who don't know you yet, you're an executive at Ron Clark Academy.
Yes, sir.
You raised over $70 million for that school, education. So, hey, look, this is your development guy if you need one. You're a father of two. And somehow you still have the cleanest feed on Instagram, brother. How do you do it?
That's crazy. I don't know if it's the cleanest feed. I definitely I appreciate the kind words for sure. As you mentioned, taking things with intention. I think how I show up online and how my page looks, I try to be intentional about that. So I appreciate, the kind words there. But yes, I'm a dad, father, husband, all that good stuff.
Well, I'm glad to have you on the show, man. And I think it's important to kind of establish our relationship. So
yes, sir.
How did we even link up in the first place?
Man, we met in the woods. We met on a camping trip.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, I think it was a Camp Yoshi trip.
Camp Yoshi trip.
Traveling and just being out with nature for, I think it was like a week where we were just in the woods with people, some folks I knew, some folks I didn't. You were one of the folks that I didn't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great experience with Camp Yoshi out there, and I think we were in
Montrose, Colorado.
Yep.
Yeah,
in Colorado,
man.
And just vibing.
Yeah, it was a vibe, man. And I remember, first of all, that was like, what, 2017? No, it was 2020. It was during the pandemic. It was right after everything started.
Right after everything,
Yeah. So it was crazy. But I just remember seeing you and your content was like, bro, Kirk just had this thing, bro. He was like just getting it, the angles. And then all of a sudden, I started following you on Instagram, and I was like, "Oh snap! Like these man's really putting this together." Like, what was your mindset back then? Like, because this was like before people started blowing up big on Instagram.
Yeah, man. I think so. I think it goes way back before. I think I was in college when I really started having it. It started with a love for photography.
Okay.
I just love photography. I got me a little point and shoot digital camera, and I was taking pictures on campus of just anything. It would be flowers, it would be people, it would be my frat brothers strolling or stepping. I was just taking pictures and I would upload them to Facebook. Okay. And so people would always just kind of tap in to see what pictures I was posting, and that kind of evolved when IG when IG founded, and I was like, okay, this would be a great, avenue for me to continue that, that love for photography. And I just took that and paired it with storytelling, started to show more of myself as well in the community, my life, and kind of evolved from there.
Well, so many creators get nervous when it comes to like sharing themselves with the world, or like, I know even when I started, like I was like, man, I don't know if I want people in my business like that. So like, what made you feel so comfortable to share your life with the world in the first place?
I don't know. I think I just have always been an open book and just always wanted to share part of my life. I've always been involved in so much, whether it was on campus or even postgraduate, graduating from college, just involved in the community. And I felt like if I could share a piece of my life and, be a connector to someone, build a bridge, help somebody, inspire somebody, I think then I will feel like I'm doing my job. But really it was just a love of just sharing the things that I was interested in. That brought me joy. And I think if you just like do things that make you happy, do things that bring you joy, everything just kind of falls into place from there. And I think that's kind of where the love came from.
Hey, man, that's so fire. I think you said a word when you say do things you love, because it don't feel like work.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And I think when I see you doing it, and now that you are a blue check Kirk, got the brand deals and all of that. Yeah, blue check Kirk and all of that. Like, I think that's a vibe to know that, you just got to start doing it from out of the love. Yeah. I think when you go back to, because you were talking about Facebook and, doing it on there, like we're back in the day. OG with it for real. Like, when did you realize people were actually paying attention? Or like, when did you realize like, yo, I could really do something with this? What was the post? What was the moment? Like said that for me?
I don't know if there was actually, so when we got pregnant with our first child, with Tatum, we posted a video at RCA of sort of the announcement, the baby announcement.
Okay.
And the post went viral. It was just everywhere. BET picked up the story. I think it was in the AJC. It was just a lot of press was around it, and I was just like, "Oh, this is really cool." But even then, still, I didn't think that I would sort of turn this passion into, sort of like a side hustle business with the content creation piece. It was just, again, out of a love, out of sharing a part of my life, connecting with people. But I think that's probably one of the many moments that along the way that I was like, okay, this could turn into something. This could be something.
Okay, yeah. I love that, man. I love that. And again, just a real moment, right? Yeah. That you turned into a viral moment for the world to witness with you, brother. That's dope. That's dope.
It was awesome, man.
Okay, so like now, because I mean, I follow your content, so I know you've had plenty of viral videos since that time, right? So like, what do you say to Black creators or anybody that's trying to get in the space right now? Because, sometimes you can feel like it's crowded. You could feel like, oh man, like I see like 12 people doing what I'm doing. What would you tell them to focus on first?
Focus on being you and just showing up as you. I think a lot of times we get in our heads like, man, there's so much. Somebody already doing a travel podcast, or somebody's already doing, a mom vlog. But you are you, and there's nobody else like you. Yeah. And so although there may be 10 other people doing something in your particular area, no one has a unique perspective that you do. So just be you and put it out there and start. And people will be connected to you because of who you are. And so that's my advice. Like, you can't let the naysayers or let doubt or people get in your head. Yeah. You got to do what's going to make you happy and what's going to bring you joy.
Bro, you are so, that's such a word. I was talking to another creator today, and they were saying something similar, and I'm like, look, Meta, I think I just read this the other day. Meta has there's 8 billion people in the world. 3.6 billion of them are on Facebook and Instagram. Yep. There are plenty of people to follow you. Yes. Even if they follow, even if that person got 1 million followers, there are plenty of other people that can follow you. Right? Yeah. And so they'll follow both of y'all. They'll like your content. There's room for you there. So
there's plenty of room, man.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I think you gotta really just get out of your head. Your friends may not necessarily be your followers. They may not be your supporters. They know you. Maybe they got a different perspective of you, but you can find community online. And so
you definitely can. I mean, I think I seen something too online where somebody was just like, they removed all of their friends from their following just because they wanted to start fresh and not be clouded by the perceptions of other people or feel like they're being judged by their friends and their family members, and they wanted to build their community from scratch from people that potentially didn't know them. And if you feel like that's what you got to do to kind of get out of your own way, then do that. But like you said, there is plenty of people who are going to want to tap into who you are, your journey, your story, your perspective. And so you just got to post. You just got to start.
And it's okay to make your friends like your stuff, because I'm going to send my stuff to you.
That too. Go
and reshare that. Go and comment on this for me, please. Like, do what you got to do to make it happen.
And I'm going to do it every time.
Absolutely. No shame in my game. So, like, speaking of content, man, one thing about you, and I share this one open, but your aesthetic is always intentional. First of all, let me tell you something. You going somewhere with Kirk, but you better be ready to step out. Don't come half stepping. Kirk gonna have the style on point, right? But even on your page, man, and just a lot of the things that I've seen, just your style, even when you travel, the composition, the taste, like that stuff can't be fake. That just has to be you. And I know you have to put a lot of time into thinking about what that looks like. How did you develop your eye over time for that?
Oh man, I think just being chronically online and just being inspired by different creators and different pages that inspired by different pages that I saw and that I see. And so I think the more that you can read and the more that you can travel, being unmapped, the more that you can tap in with other people, the more that your inspiration can be informed and can grow. And so for me, it's just being able to follow creators like, wow, I like that aesthetic. Let me see how I apply that to my life. Or, wow, I really like how they did this photo shoot, or I like how they captured this trip, shout out to the 40th in Tulum, right?
Okay, so, let's go, for sure.
And so really it's just being able to, not be afraid afraid to take pieces of people's creativity and sort of make it your own.
Notice he said, don't copy. Right. No, don't swagger jack. But you be inspired and make it your own.
And make it your own, for sure. That's where it comes from. Yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, really, everyone is inspired by someone, right? Everyone's journey, everyone's creative perspective is informed by something that they read, a movie that they watched, an experience that they had. All of it is sort of a download that you have sort of mixed together to come up with what your creative special is.
Not to put you on the spot, who are some of the creators or folks out there that are inspiring you? I'm curious.
So in terms of aesthetics wise, Ron Hill is a great photographer.
Oh, for facts.
You and I both.
You put
know.
me on to Ron, and let me tell you, Ron will get you right. Yeah,
I love working with Ron because his aesthetic and his taste matches mine, and so I aspire to sort of have the level of creativity and vision that he has. Yeah, and so I'm always booking to work with him because I want some of that sauce on my life. So he's definitely one person. So yeah, I'll
okay, that's cool. You ain't got to give all your secrets out there. So I appreciate that. No, but check out Ron. He's dope.
Yeah, he's amazing.
All right. So speaking of that, so we talked about like kind of some of the stuff that you do share. I'm curious, and it's something we don't talk about enough when it comes to like boundaries.
Yeah.
Especially with you being a family man and you having kids and a wife and also working for a school. Yeah. What do you not share and why?
What do I not share? Well, first of all, so I as you mentioned, I'm a father. I'm a husband. I work at a school as well. So I have different aspects of my life that can be shared. And most of that is shared. As you like to hear, people like to say they're multi-hyphenate, and I would say that I am as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so I share about my life and what I'm involved with, whether it's travels or in the community or fashion, style, things of that nature. In terms of fatherhood, I'm sharing that as well. Tatum Daddy videos, which are a lot of fun. Maxwell's getting in there some as well. RCA life with the Ron Clark Academy, working there. That's shared as well. And then I will share pieces of being married as well. And I'll say pieces because, I got to respect boundaries because my wife, she's not an extrovert like I am. And she's like, you do your social media stuff, leave me out of it, right? Yeah. And so a lot of times, in the past, I'd be like, can you be in this video, da-da-da? And I realized that could be stressful for her. And so, she doesn't want to be in a video or be, involved in producing something, then that is perfectly fine. And so you may not see, Shanice in a lot of videos with the kids and what have you because, that's not her vibe. Yeah. And I got to respect that.
Facts.
And so I would say that's one thing. Everything else that I do, I think is pretty fair game. Yeah. And it's out there. And even with the kids, I'm not going to share everything, but the things that we want to, have fun with and talk about, we'll do that as well.
Yeah, and I think, man, and I hope you people are sharing this with you, but I will share with you just as you are representing like all those different areas, but especially as a Black father, how important it is for folks to see you engage with your kids and you and Tatum laughing and and we're just it's just crazy like to see. And so I think you represent kind of something that people don't really get to see, or folks. I think about all the kids that are on Instagram that don't have fathers, and seeing you engage with your kids and like what they can be and how they can aspire to do that, man. I think that's just super important representation, man. That I hope you feel that.
I appreciate that
in your content.
That's love. I think I got a responsibility too, right? Because there can be a narrative out there about Black dads and Black fatherhood and not being present and active in their kids' lives, and so I feel like it's my duty to be a representation of active Black fatherhood and what that looks like. And like you said, I could be inspiring a young man who wants to be a father and a husband one day, or just someone who hopes to have that relationship with their dad and reach out to them to repair or build a relationship. So I hope if it's just one person, I feel like I'm doing my job.
Well, I would even say for me, man, like seeing you, knowing you and knowing all the bags, all the different things you're juggling, and then you still got time for bedtime, you still got time to read the stories, you still got time to he makes fake YouTube videos with his daughter. She thinks she's like she out here. Right.
She thinks she got a whole community on YouTube. She thinks she got a whole community on
YouTube, but he posts the outtake. Yeah. I just think there's some beauty in that, man. Yeah. And so I just know that's lit. And I think I love that you're doing that.
Thank you.
So if somebody's listening wants to build a personal brand like that, because what actually matters? Like, or, I know you said be you, but like, what would be the advice you would give to somebody that wants to get into the lifestyle community?
Yeah. Well, into the lifestyle or content creation community is just figuring out what piece of you that you want to share, and then figuring out and devising a schedule for you to post and be consistent to show up for your community. Because at the end of the day, it's about building community, and you build community by being consistent with showing up.
Yeah.
And so whether that is, 2 times a week or 3 times a week where you're posting and showing up, whatever schedule feels comfortable to you, I think you just got to commit to that and be consistent. A lot of times I have conversations with people who are interested in sort of this lifestyle, this content creation, what it means to do it, and they like the idea of it, but I don't feel like they really want to put in the work to do it. There's work behind just showing up online, right? It's not easy. Right. It's more than just posting a video, right? There's a little bit of strategy, a little bit of work that you got to put in to make this happen.
A lot of work. I mean, even starting this podcast, man, like it's so much work goes behind to like know your guests. Like it's just so much behind the scenes that people, I think they take for granted because it looks so easy and effortless when you're doing it, sometimes. But how do you, because bro, you have a full-time job.
Yes.
You're a father. Like, you're doing the content, you're traveling, you got a family. I'm sure you got responsibilities outside of your, immediate family that you built.
Yeah.
Like, how do you make it sustainable? Like, how do you balance it all?
Oh, man, that's hard. I think starting out, it was super hard because I was going to work and doing everything that requires of me being a leader in the organization there, then coming home, doing all the stuff for, nighttime routine and getting the kids ready for bed. And then I was time for me to then clock in for third shift for my side hustle to make sure that contracts were read and reviewed, and that concepts were turned into brands and things of that sort. And so I think at that point, we're just making a decision that this is going to be a sacrifice I was going to have to make to do both well. And so if that meant I was going to get 1 or 2 hours less of sleep, then that's what I would need to do to put in that work on the beginning, on the at the the forefront, so that I would be able to reap those benefits later. And so now, after doing this, the content, game for, I guess 5 years now, I've been able to build out a team to make things a little bit more,
that means you got that money coming in, boy, got a team, let's go.
I've been able to build out a team. And so, I got a videography team that will come and shoot and edit videos for me when I need, to produce content for a brand. And I've got an agency that will take care of sort of pitching and negotiating and reviewing contracts and things of that sort. So, but all that came because I put in the work and was consistent, got those hours in to build something where then I got it to a place when I was like, okay, cool. I can sort of, build a team, pass some of these responsibilities and these tasks off so that I can really focus on being a great person at my job and also being a great person at home for my wife and kids.
Man, there is so much, everything you said was so rich, bro. Because I feel you. I mean, especially like starting out and, even when you're not necessarily getting the pats on the back, even when you're not getting, even 100 likes, and you still got to show up and make the videos for them 10 people that's watching.
Exactly.
What did you tell yourself? Like, how did you stay motivated during that time, man? Because you were already a father. Like, so how did you push past?
Man, I think it's just getting out of your head, man, because it can be discouraging if you post something and it doesn't get the love, especially if you put so much time, you do a shoot, you edit it, and you're like, oh man, this is gonna hit, and then it doesn't. You just gotta be like,
still
send this to my Neos real quick, man. Y'all go like this real quick,
facts.
So boost me up real quick so I don't feel too terrible. But I think it's just knowing that when you get into this game, some things are gonna be, bangers, and some things are just not. And so if you go into it with the mindset of, everything I post is going to take off, or I'm going to get, all these brand deals and these partnerships because of this, then that's the wrong mindset. You're going to set yourself up for failure. So just retraining how you think about it is definitely helpful because, everything, even to this day, I feel like I'll post something sometimes and it's just like, wow, that's what it did? Okay, cool. All right,
that's what we doing today?
That's what we doing today? Cool.
It is what it is.
On to the next. But you can't discourage it. I see so many people online on threads and, just like, dang, I don't know if I'm going to keep doing this content thing because views and all this are going down, but I think you just stay locked in with your community, man.
Absolutely.
Everything works out.
Everything works out.
Yeah.
And I would say don't be afraid to learn from your content,
Yeah.
right? If it don't hit, like, it's a reason why.
Yes.
You know, like, so don't be afraid to like ask other people, or, you know, I got a coach, you know, when I first started.
Yeah,
because
I remember that. Yeah.
But I mean, like, it was important for me to see that.
Game.
Oh, he put me on game, bro. And so like now I see it, I'm like, okay, it's a formula to it, you know? And so no, not being afraid to like figure out what that formula looks like for you.
Man, your content too is crazy. I mean, it's just the way that you show up is as consistent as you are, telling those stories, the visuals of all the places you're traveling to. It's just, I'm like, man, can I get in the backpack? I just want to go where you are.
Man,
it's not just the visuals and the places that you're going, but the stories that you tell behind it, and just like how consistent you are. After you took that coaching, you went through that coaching experience, it's like you just took off, man.
Hey, man,
so,
you can't be afraid. Can't be afraid to learn. Can't be afraid to be coachable and try it, man. Yeah. So you hit on this a little bit earlier, and I think a lot of the listeners will want to know, like, how did you start? Like with the brand deals, was that something that you just like? Did you do like a lot of cold outreach, or like were you on like the? I know you've shared some apps with me, or like just websites that do different things. But like, how did you start landing? Because I mean, now my man's on the Febreze commercial. I know you've seen him, you know. So like, what's the build up to get there?
The build up to get there. All right, so here's what happened. I saw one of my friends, and I tell the story all the time because it was, again, just being inspired.
Yeah.
I saw one of my friends from college who was creating content online, and then one day, you know, I look up and, you know, she's living in Calabasas, and she's like, I'm doing this full time. I'm like, wait, hold on. What's going on? Put me on game.
Yeah.
And so I reached out to her, and at the time, she was doing coaching calls.
Okay.
And so I signed up for one of her coaching calls, paid the fee, and she broke it all down for me. She gave me the roadmap.
Yeah.
And, you know, I took that roadmap and basically took off. And so basically, you know, just to kind of give you the short of it, there are some influencer marketplace websites that initially, during that time, that were really, really popular.
Yeah.
You can sign up there, apply for different campaigns. And so every day after work, I would get home, and I would just be applying to campaigns.
Let's go.
And so I got my first campaign for Pampers around Father's Day. And I was like, wow, I got $500.
Let's go.
For this campaign.
Yeah.
You can't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
And so that's where it started. I was like, wow. So that one yes from that brand, and from a reputable brand like that, just gave me all the motivation to be like, okay, I'm going to keep doing this. And so I just kept applying, just taking different campaign, booking different campaign opportunities, partnerships from those websites. And then eventually brands started reaching out to me, started emailing me directly.
Yeah.
And so then I was, still applying on those websites.
Yeah.
Also fielding emails from brands and negotiating those contracts.
Let's go.
Booking them, direct. And then every now and again I would reach out to brands as well on Instagram, or try to find their emails and pitch myself directly that way as well. And so that worked as well. And so that's kind of how I got started, man. Just kind of put myself out there, applying, pitching,
bro,
and then it just grew.
I love it. You hungry. So you heard several things. One, you learned. So you signed up.
I signed up.
You say shit the coaching call. You paid the fee. You learn. I mean, sometimes we think people gonna put us on game for free. Yeah. I'm all about paying for your expertise. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Put me on. But then to backdoor that with just the relentless pursuit of the contracts, man. Whether it's on the websites, reaching out to brands, and doing what you got to do, man. Yeah. That's what it takes to make it. And I don't want to underskirt that, because you did that while working, while being a dad, newborns.
For sure,
at the time,
yeah.
right? So like figuring out a way to make it work, man. So I love that.
Yeah.
Bro.
So shout out to Her Life Sparkles, Tina Meeks.
Yeah. Okay.
Tina Meeks, she put me on game. I went to Georgia State with her.
Okay.
And she's killing the content game, and I learned a lot from her. And
I
always shout her name from the mountaintops, because
let's go.
She gave me the roadmap.
Let's go. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's check her out. I'm gonna check her out. For facts. Yeah. Okay. So let's switch a little bit, because Unmapped, we're on the travel podcast, man, and you've traveled a lot. Solo, with family. I mean, we was even up at the Olympics.
Yeah.
What has travel taught you that no classroom or boardroom ever could?
Oh, man. So much, I think, is that you don't know everything. A lot of times we can be experts in our field, but the world teaches us so much about how people live, about the struggles that they have, about the things that matter to them in life, about, family and community. I think the world just the greatest teacher because you learn through immersing yourself and learn through experiences. And so I think that is something that you can never learn in a classroom. You can read so much about South Africa, which is a beautiful country, but nothing compares to actually going there and putting your feet in the soil and visiting the people there and immersing yourself into the culture and eating the food and taking the excursions and all the things that, comes along with travel.
Yeah.
Which is, why we, at the Ron Clark Academy, we take our students all around the world as well. South Africa being one of the places that we take them because life and experience and travel is the greatest teacher.
It's such a powerful teacher. And I just feel like it unlocks something in your imagination about what's possible for you.
Yep, that's
right.
Yeah.
Like I every time I'm on a plane and I'm coming back from a destination, or sometimes even when I'm going, my mind is just racing with like all the things that I've just learned. And I just come back so full and ready to like, you know what? I can do this.
Right.
And I even think about us, man, because like we were just in Tulum for your 40th, by the way.
Yes, sir.
So happy birthday.
Appreciate you, brother.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but also, man, we went to Paris, went to the Olympics.
Yep.
Whether we've been outside, in these remote places with Camp Yoshi. And I just think about that from the perspective of a black man. You're from Atlanta.
Yeah. From New York, but I've been
from New York,
Atlanta,
but you've been in Atlanta for a
Yeah.
long time. I'm from South Carolina, and I don't know that when I was a little me saw me doing the things that that we've been doing
For sure.
for years now. So like, what does it mean to you to be a black man and traveling and documenting it and putting things out there? Like, how does that all connect to like you and your identity?
Yeah, I think for me, it's again showing myself that I can do it because, as you mentioned, as a kid, I didn't think that I would have those opportunities, or it wasn't even a thought that I couldn't. I just didn't know that was possible, that I could travel the world. And so for me, putting it out there shows other kids who, we mentor in the community, whether it's through the 100 Black Men or through, the fraternity, is that you can inspire young people that they can get to places and get around the world and have those experiences so that they can broaden their horizons and learn more about themselves. And so for me, it's about continuous inspiration, continuous, providing an example of like representation matters. Because, I think if I saw a lot of that as a kid, then who knows the opportunity, not necessarily the opportunities, because I feel like I've been afforded a lot of opportunities. But if I saw more of that as a young child, there's no telling what other things could have sparked in my life to take me on whatever path that, I could have, been
Absolutely,
on.
absolutely. And I mean, and you know what? This show is called Unmapped because it's about people building lives without a clear blueprint.
Yeah.
Right. And so I don't want, like while you've accomplished a lot, I'm sure there are many other things like the exposure you've had through chasing your dreams. I'm sure now has even bigger dreams in your head. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, when you hear the word unmapped, what does that look like in your life right now? What are you building or what are you shooting towards that you don't have a clear blueprint?
Oh, man. Shooting towards, I think just continued, that's a tough question. A clear blueprint. I think for me, when I think about my life and kind of what I'm building towards, it's always, at the end of the day, it's always about legacy building. And so building something that I can look back on and know that my kids and my family can take advantage of and continue to build on.
Okay.
And so for me, there's no clear blueprint to get there other than just keeping on the journey that I am now.
Yeah.
Being a strong and successful father and a husband, showing up the best person I can at work and continue to build my business. I feel like that's going to get me there to build that legacy so that my kids can take that baton and keep running with it.
Okay.
So that their kids and their kids continue to build on that. So at the end of the day, I think Unmapped just means like what is the legacy that you can build for the people that come behind you.
Definitely, man. And I know that you're well on your way. I don't know what's next for you. I don't know you got the Febreze commercial. I don't know we trying to get in the movies. I don't know we trying to do TV, man, but I can see it all. I can see it all, man.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of you.
Appreciate
and like
you,
what
bro.
you're doing, man. And so I think like to close out, what's one real piece of advice that you would give to somebody who's trying to build something meaningful right now?
I think it's start now. A lot of times we are looking for the perfect opportunity to start that podcast or start that content journey or build that business. the one piece of advice that I have would be to don't wait.
Yeah.
Start right now. There's no better time than right now to, put in that work and to start building something. You don't have to have all the ducks in a row. All the pieces have to be perfect. They don't have to be. That is a falsehood that a lot of times we subscribe ourselves to, but we shouldn't. Start right now. Start building it. Tomorrow is definitely not promised.
Yeah.
And so if we continue to try to wait for something, there's no telling what could happen. And so I think the advice I have is just like, let's get started right now.
Let's go.
We got people around you that will support you, and you can start to build it as you start to fly the plane or build a house. But start now. Start today.
Hey, man, that couldn't be more timely. Man, I appreciate you so much, Kirk. This conversation is exactly why I wanted to start the show.
Appreciate you.
Number one, this is my first episode.
Hey, let's go, man.
You know
let's
what I'm
go.
saying? This is my first episode. But more importantly, that thing is starting now, man. There's a million. I mean, we both have a million things going on.
For sure.
And so there could have been a million reasons why, today couldn't even happen. So I just appreciate you making time out of your busy schedule, stepping away from the family and kids to come have this conversation. Guys, let the people know where they can follow you, how they can support you, and the great work that you're doing.
I appreciate you, Jamie. Thank you for having me on. You can follow me on all platforms at Kirk Andre. That's KIRK ANDRE. And all platforms, Threads, Instagram, IG, TikTok, all that. So,
all right. Yeah. Well, guys, this is Unmapped. I'm Jamie Downs. And remember, the best map isn't a plan. It's all about paying attention and understanding where your feet are. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a good one.